The interview, depending on how current you are as an aviator, will consist of possibly a sim. Generally not. If you're a flight instructor or you have a good background, no training failures, recent training failures, anything like that, then there will be no sim conducted. We will conduct a 45-question ATP written exam, which is computerized. You have 45 minutes to take it, and generally individuals finish it in 30 to 35 minutes, and most everyone does fairly well on it. But most people prepare fairly extensively for it also. After that, we bring you in for a panel interview, which consists of 3 parts. The first part of the panel interview is the Jeppesen chart review. So we hand you a Jeppesen approach plate, and we request that you brief the plate as though you were in a crewed environment. So we're looking that you have good technical knowledge of how to use Jeppesen charts, and also you have good CRM skills, that you're including the other crew member, which will be portrayed by one of the interviewers in your interview. Making sure the charts you're in agreement with the charts and they're up to date, and verifying threats and errors with them and how to handle them and mitigate them. So good CRM skills, good technical proficiency with Jeppesen charts, and after that we'll move on to a technical portion, which consists of aircraft systems, meteorology, IFR regulations, airport operations, aerodynamics, aeromedical. So you'll be asked questions on that. We're just looking for a good solid foundation. We're not expecting you to get everything 100% correct. We understand that you can only prepare so much for an airline interview. So if you miss something here or there, that's fine. Just say, okay, well, I missed that. And if you remember something later on in the interview and you're like, hey, I think I mentioned something wrong earlier, just tell us and say, I've mentioned that say hypoxia is a lack of oxygen, when in reality it's a lack of partial pressure, so the oxygen can't get into the bloodstream. So if you recognize that and just tell us that, hey, I made a mistake, can I correct myself? We're not going to dock you any points on that, obviously. So we're just looking for a good foundation from an airman as far as a knowledge standpoint goes. Really, the only thing that an interviewer is looking for when it comes to dress is that you will represent the company in a appropriate light. And the reason that we were looking for individuals who can present themselves in a professional and approachable way is regarding looks and how they act and their personalities, are because our customers they can be nervous. They might have an individual who they look young, may have gone to Kent or Embry-Riddle or UND and got a great education, have a great background, but they still look young. That's just how it is. So if you can put their minds at ease and you dress appropriately and you have a clean pressed uniform and you wear it with pride and you represent yourself with pride, then they'll say, that will come off as, well, they're well put together on the outside, so I'm sure that they're doing their job to the best of their abilities and they're a professional inside the flight deck also. We just check to make sure that it's properly filled out and legible. If it looks like you just kind of sloppily filled it out, we'll take note of that. We'll say, me personally, when I'm filling out an application, I will open up the document in Adobe Acrobat and I'll type in everything, just because my penmanship's not fantastic. And I don't want my penmanship to come off as simply laziness. So I type everything out digitally and bring it in. We look at logbooks very thoroughly. A logbook is a good representative of what type of pilot a person is. So blue ink or black ink, just keep it consistent, keep it legible, and never, ever, ever, ever pad your logbook, because that can come back and bite you. We want to hire you as an applicant. You're good to go on paper. We just want to make sure that you are a good fit for the ExpressJet culture and that you're a technically competent and proficient aviator also. So that's what we're looking for when we invite you in for an interview.